Hello, welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Wooden Robot Brewing Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This beer is one of their three flagship beers. This is their Overachiever. It's described by them as Juicy Pale Ale. It is made with local barley and oats, dry hopped with Simcoe, Eldorado, and Amarillo. Slightly old school hops there on the dry hop, but I honestly haven't had this in a little while because they have it all the time. So usually when I go to One Robot, I just try the new stuff they have. This 5.3 ABV, even though this is their one of their flagships, I believe, at least since I've been down here, this is the first time that they've canned this, and I think they only started canning since I've been down here. So I'm glad they packaged it. I'm glad I was able to take a 4-pack home to give it a proper review. So I'm going to crack it open and see what we got. So as you can see, it pours a cloudy, say darker golden color, almost. It's almost like a darker orange color. It's pretty dark. I mean, for a pale ale, though, it's pretty appropriate. With about a slightly less than one finger's worth of pretty fluffy white head. It's pretty citrusy, which is interesting given those hops. I guess that could be something from Eldorado. I don't know, but it says dry hop with them. I don't know if that means that there's other hops in the boil or not. But it is a little peachy. It's actually very peachy. It's interesting. It's just not. I mean, it's slightly floral too, but that's just not something that I definitely would not expect from Amarillo, and maybe a little bit from Simcoe. Simcoe seems to, really vary a lot. That's why I like it, because it's very versatile. And I guess it could be Eldorado. There is a slight pineapple aroma to this, which I'm guessing is being driven from Simcoe. And I'm not really getting. I guess maybe the earthiness is from the Amarillo, but that can also be from Simcoe too. I don't know. Amarillo is not my favorite hop. A lot of times to me it comes off as like aspiriny, but I'm not getting that in this, which is good. That flavor is very different from the aroma. So it's very melon forward. And it's almost, I hate to say this, but it's almost like a little buttery. But I don't know, because it's the same thing that I get out of all of Fauna Forest hoppy beers, that is like so mild that I don't really know if it's actually diacetyl or not. Because I mean, when I have like a diacetyl laden beer, like it's very, very upfront, and the body is not like slick at all, which is usually a pretty good sign of diacetyl. So maybe that's not what it is. It is a little bit like mandarin orange, a little earthy, and there's a lot of like grainy, crackery, bready malt character too. Um, I will say for a pale ale, like it is very balanced. It has a really nice. The bitterness is like just enough to keep the malt from being sweet, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's. I wouldn't say it's bitter in general at all. Uh, it actually seems like the carbonation is more affecting my tongue than the bitterness from the hops. Yeah, there's something I don't know that that Melanie character is almost like coming off as chalky or something too. It's really weird. Um, you know, they have done some pretty good hazy IPAs, but that's definitely not their forte. And to me, their forte is definitely their sour stuff. But just the fact that they can make a lot of styles very well. Uh, but I actually think they shine the most whenever they do traditional West Coast IPAs. Some of their West Coast IPAs are fantastic, and I wish they would kind of embrace that. You know, stick. I wish they would just stick with more traditional stuff, and that, I get maybe that doesn't sell. I feel like still that would still sell to the average person that just wants an IPA. I don't know. Again, I don't own a brewery, so I'm probably talking out of my ass, but I just wish they would stick to the more traditional West Coast IPAs because I feel like they do those so much better than when they try to do something hazy. But I guess it doesn't say hazy; it says juicy, and it's not that hazy. But um, I would like to see them do like really nice, piney, resiny, crystal clear IPAs. I think because to me that's the the thing that they really excel at is making really nice, crisp, clean beer. And a lot of times hazy IPAs just aren't. You don't get that because you don't know what you're. When you put that much hops in it, you just get some weird flavors from the hop. Like you get weird plant material flavors and that kind of stuff. Um, but again, this is one of their flagships, and I haven't had it in a while. So, but I don't remember it tasting exactly like this on tap. So it might be something in the canning. Maybe it's like slightly oxidized. I don't know. Um, it's not a bad beer by any means, but I just have higher expectations from them than this. So I think that's kind of why I'm being hard on them. If it was a brewery that I knew nothing about, I'd be like, oh, this is decent. Maybe I'll try some of their other stuff. But I know that these guys can do better than this, so that's kind of why I'm, being harsh about it. But that doesn't mean that I mind drinking it. I'm definitely going to drink the rest of this can. So in my scale of buy, drink, dump, I'm going to say this one is a drink. I would not buy a can of this again, not at least the way it tastes now. I would buy it again if they did a new batch because I have pretty good faith that they would make it better than this. Or even if it was as good, I wouldn't feel like I got ripped off or anything, but I wouldn't buy this again of this batch because it's not bad, but there's other stuff I can get locally if I want a pale ale that I would probably like better, so. I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.